Jordan or Kobe? Who is truly the more clutch player? Before we answer that question, I want you to check out these two clips. After watching them, you will likely have your answer. This is a moment we all know by heart. Game 6 of the 1997 finals. During a timeout for the final possession, Jordan leans in close to Steve Kerr and says, "If they double team me, I am passing the ball to you. Be ready." Notice that this was not a post-game breakdown. This was happening before the game was even over. Jordan already had the solution locked in, meaning before that final play even started, Jordan had already read the defense and decided exactly where the ball should go if he did not take the shot. Now look at the other side. After Game 7 of the 2010 finals ended, Artest said this during his interview.
"He passed me the ball. He never passed me the ball. And he passed me the ball. Kobe passed me the ball."
There is so much to unpack in that one line. It is not about Kobe not trusting his teammates, but it highlights a deeper point in the logic of a Kobe Bryant game winner. Passing was never the default setting. Putting these two clips together actually tells you everything you need to know. This comparison shows that Jordan trust was proactive and calculated, while Kobe passing was more of a last-second reaction. The former lets teammates prepare ahead of time. The latter requires them to finish based on pure instinct. This further proves how differently they viewed the clutch moment. Some might argue it was because the Bulls had better clutch shooters. That is not entirely true. During his time with the Lakers, Kobe also had guys like Robert Horry and Derek Fisher who were legitimate clutch performers. But you will notice a trend in the majority of those big possessions. Kobe still preferred to call his own number. It was not about the personnel around them. It was about their fundamental philosophy on closing games. In Kobe's mind, the game winner should always be taken by the best player. That was his responsibility and his burden to carry. But for Jordan, the only thing that mattered in the clutch was winning. It did not matter who took the shot. If it led to a win, it was the right basketball play. Even if 99% of the time, he was the one putting the team on his back. Let us look at the numbers to back this up. Kobe's career assisted rate in clutch time was only 28.3%, meaning when the pressure was at its peak, most of his points were not catch-and-shoot situations. They were created through isolation and contested looks. He manufactured those buckets himself. Jordan's assisted rate in the clutch was 35.7%, which is over 7 points higher than Kobe. This shows that in the final minutes, Jordan was more willing to read the defense and let his teammates help finish the job. Here is another D. Detail people often miss. Jordan's career turnover rate in the clutch was only 1.7% compared to 3.2% for Kobe. Do not underestimate that small gap. In the final seconds, every single turnover can change the entire outcome of a playoff series. This proves that Jordan was more poised and efficient when it mattered most. But let us be very clear about one thing. Neither Jordan nor Kobe were the type to run from the moment. When Jordan made that pass, it was not to avoid the spotlight. It was because he knew as long as he was on that court, the accountability was on him regardless. If the shot was missed, nobody would blame Steve Kerr. The media would only ask Jordan why he made that choice. Similarly, when Kobe took the shot, it was not a lack of trust in his team. It was because he wanted the outcome on his own shoulders. It was just two different ways of leading, but the core mindset was the same. Neither of them would allow themselves to step away from the pressure. True failure is shifting the blame to others, whereas Jordan and Kobe simply used different methods to secure the win for their city. By now, the difference should be clear to you. Kobe clutch moments were about heroics in the face of despair, powered by elite skill and a relentless spirit. He gave us the most passionate and high-stakes side of basketball heroism. Jordan clutch moments were about total control and dominance, relying on an advanced read of the game, precise execution, and unshakable trust in the play. He showed us the most intelligent and efficient way to win. The final takeaway is simple. Kobe could hit the shots that seemed impossible. That was his greatness. But Jordan rarely put himself in a position where he had to take an impossible shot. That was his brilliance. And that is the fundamental difference in closing games between the Black Mamba and the GOAT.